Why do you all sound super tired?
I am.
His life sucks.
I didn't get home till like 9:30, and then I woke up at 5. And then crawled through a sub basement for like 4 hours.
You're not allowed to sound tired.
And because I have to stay up till 2 a.m. and then I have to be up by 6:30, so I've only been getting about 4 hours of sleep every day, and I normally come home and take a nap. So I'm waking up.
This will probably sound like a really stupid question to you. What's a sub basement?
Basically, I'm sure everybody here's been inside a parking garage.
Yes.
Yes.
Now imagine in between each floor of that parking garage, there is about a 4-foot gap, and that's filled with AC units and other shit. I had to walk through one of those for like 4 hours.
Yeah, not fun, especially for someone that's 6 foot tall.
Yep. Like I said, it was probably, I think, maybe half my height.
Fuck.
And I went and worked at a school for a little bit.
Also, a 4 foot space. It's quote unquote walk through.
I'm sorry, what?
You said you had to walk through that space. You said it was.
Oh yeah, it's.
Quote
I
unquote
see what you're saying.
walk.
It was like I was either crouched down or just walking on my knees.
Yeah.
No, it was not. Like, there's no way for make it pleasant, is what I mean.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I wanted to double check something because I didn't realize I had a chart for this, and this is going to make it easier for me to.
Oh yeah. Did we decide who's getting what number for that roll thing?
Ask Dan. You guys can decide. I don't really care.
Dan.
Take whatever number you need. Or one. Don't matter me. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell, I thought you was me.
Well, you got your shield and stuff. You mind if I take the 7 then?
Go for it.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys are actually at.
That means I have to change my health on my character.
What number am I left? So I got 5. So I'll just take 3 away from mine.
Where do I change the health again?
In your defenses, I want to say.
No, under your class page, go to core.
Oh yeah, sounds cool.
And then find where your class is listed, and it'll have like your class HP.
Yeah. That's it.
So you just add whatever your class HP is onto that. Right now you have 8 because I changed it.
So you add whatever you got for the roll.
Yeah.
Because when you clicked your level up, it should have already added your, like, con.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait. Class HD HP?
Yeah,
Where it
class
says
HP.
Class HP, yeah.
Next to the hit die one.
Okay.
Alright, really quick, first things first, Al. Roll a D10.
So wait, instead of an 8, I changed to a 7?
No, you add it. So
Oh,
8
add it.
plus the 7.
That's the only one that's added on to what you previously had. The others replace them.
Alright, so you get 7 health now.
It's not letting me change it.
For your class HP? You're in the first line, right? Where it says Alchemist, I'm guessing?
Not the blue box, the white box.
Yeah.
Why is my fucking... What the fuck? Do you guys know what Windows key, if you hold it, automatically makes you highlight whatever word you click?
Um,
Want to
Shift?
say control?
No, I think it's shift.
Actually, no, I think you're right. It's probably shift.
Why the fuck?
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait. Confused. Wait, Ilya, did you just do it for me? I did, but I'm confused.
Oh, wait. Yeah, wherever the cursor is, if you shift click, it'll go from wherever the cursor was to where your mouse currently is.
Sorry, Bill. Thought you heard the door. Fucking shift key is stuck for some reason. I think I got it now.
oh, is that what was happening? It was just like constantly highlighting it.
Yeah, like every time I click on something, it highlights the whole word, and I really don't need that or want that.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we played, if you guys will remember, you dealt with a woman playing a fiddle,
Yes.
and that was summoning undead.
Yeah, did we destroy the fiddle, or did I only knock it out of her hand?
Shira
No.
pocketed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody really made an attempt to stop him.
I didn't stop him, but I told him that he should not mess
Yeah,
around.
you should be careful.
Yeah.
Because you saw like a dark magic or whatever coming from it.
Yeah.
Darkness.
Darkness.
The darkness consumes you.
Wait, I forgot to hit play again. One sec.
So this this fiddle is embedded with the pure essence of edge.
Oh, God.
Yeah, when you try to play Devil Went Down to George on it, it just turns into Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
It's the new Dark Knight weapon.
Oh God.
Dude, that'd be awesome, actually. Just a giant violin bow as my weapon. Or like beat people with a cello. Love that.
Oh, because Square Enix took a trademark and everything, we think the next expansion is going to be called Shadowbringers.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I do have one question earlier.
Yes.
Actually, because we leveled up and I now get more spells per level, did I just like add on, or is it just like reset my spells per day?
When you get it, technically you guys wouldn't level up until you sleep. So basically, what will happen is when you guys wake up tomorrow, you'll have your new spells per day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're done here, so...
Oh fuck! I did that wrong.
Yeah, weren't we like dragging the girl and the person that we left over at the entrance back into town?
Yes.
To the town.
Oh. Huh. That's interesting. So you start.
I sense some tomfoolery.
I sense foolery, but specifically on the
What the
town
fuck?
side.
Really? Oh, you guys gained hella from this one. That's why. Sorry. I was like, how the fuck are you guys so high up? But that makes more sense. Okay, so you guys, take everyone back to town, or you take the two back to town. The woman is still, unconscious. I believe you knocked her unconscious, didn't you, Cade? No, that's right. She just reverted back. I'm sorry. I'm really tired.
She was in that
She just
trance-like
like
state.
almost catatonic state. Yeah.
Yep.
And I tried to talk to her, and she was just like drool.
Yeah, she basically just stared through you. That's right. So, you take her back to town along with the priest. I forget his name offhand. Franklin. You take Franklin and the psychotic catatonic. Hey, that rhymed. Back to the town, and as you arrive, let's move you guys back up here. As you guys arrive, there is a venerable congregation gathered here, like just a massive group of people all standing, kind of like huddled together, all with, they all look pretty scared. You see the councilman you guys helped out earlier with his father. You see the family, the the husband, wife, and their, I believe, 2 children, or was it 3? It was 3 children.
2.
I don't know. The husband, wife, and their children there as well. The husband and wife have a tight grip around their kids. Obviously very shooken up from what happened.
Mm.
And as you come back carrying this strange catatonic woman and their priest Franklin, the crowd starts cheering, and they all start like clapping, and you can see tears in their face. Some of them, look a little worse for wear. The cuts and bleeding from all the, because this was basically an attack on the whole town. Like, as you guys ran through, you saw things happening, but you basically helped who was most in need.
Yeah.
And everybody's cheering for you, and they all start like kind of chanting.
I'm famous. I'm famous.
The woman's name from earlier, the fucking cat. Sorry. They start chanting the daughter's name, Kendra, and saying praise Kendra and her father for this lovely decision and bringing these adventures to save our town.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing, but they all start cheering, and they're all happy and clapping and really excited. And what this means mechanically is you guys, due to your efforts as of late, have gone up on the trust chart quite a bit, might I add, which is the whole reason, which is one of the big things about this campaign. Like I told you guys, the trust is huge. Everybody doesn't, it's hard to work in a town if nobody trusts you.
Was mine as high, considering I just got here, basically?
The other guy didn't talk much either, and he was kind of a weirdo, so they don't really give a shit.
They don't really notice much difference between the demon guy and the guy that hid.
Just call it a collective group.
They were probably a little hesitant around you, simply because you're demon shit. But since you're associated with the party, it's kind of like he's cool. He's cool. This also means that you guys get a little bit of XP. So we'll start. If you guys does everybody want to track XP? I should ask.
I don't mind.
I don't mind not tracking it. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I mean, if you're not gonna track it, then I'll just write it down on my sheet.
Yeah.
Just
That's
do
why it
it.
was easier for you. I don't mind either way.
It's not really easier or harder for me, since I'm gonna have to do the math anyways, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to check. All right, so yeah, you guys gained a nice little chunk of XP. You also got some bonuses in the town that you can see. I mean, for one, people are nice to you. I mean, that's probably a nice bonus.
That's a very nice bonus from my character. He's used to being hated by everyone.
As you take Franklin, drop him off, and the what looks to be a priest of Desna. You can see the symbol of the butterfly around his neck. He comes up and he says, "Friends, friends." A little strange for you guys to hear, I'm sure, after basically nobody wanting to talk to you for the first couple days you were here. Now, friends, please, pray, come. If you ever need healing, the Church of Desna will always offer its services to those who help us. And does anybody need healing?
I need my strength damage healed.
He, you tell him, I feel a little bit weaker. I feel like I should be lifting more weights. He comes up and lays his hand on you, and
You even lift, bruh.
Lesser Restoration, free of charge.
Praise the God.
And that is, if I'm not mistaken, 1d4.
Well, I only had 1 point, so.
Well, I think you failed.
You only healed!
You feel
I'm
even
actually
stronger.
alright, though.
Cue montage.
Does anybody else have any sort of
Can I have a
ability
montage?
damage?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I was
good.
the only
Okay.
guy
Oh, actually, one thing I should make sure. I had fear before for like a condition. Would I still have that or no? I took it off so I could do
No.
my. Okay.
You wouldn't have fear at all. That
Okay.
that wore off after a couple minutes, I think.
Actually,
You ran
reminds
around
me-
screaming for a while, and then you calmed down.
Actually reminds me, quick segue.
I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna sit there and watch him run around like a crazy idiot as well.
What was that, good?
Quick segue, because I don't know whose sheet it was on originally or something, but I don't have the staff listed on my sheet, so how many charges should I say the staff has so I can write it down?
By now, I'd say it's probably down to like 20, like probably 7.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave you a full charge staff when you guys bought it.
Yeah.
Or found it,
Yeah, we
whatever.
found it.
Found it.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I couldn't remember, like, because I think Sheer originally had it, but I don't think either of us wrote it down.
Yeah, well, because I think I identified it, or I got it identified, and then I handed it off to you.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened, and then Cade went around, like, non-consensually wanding.
Yeah. While everyone was sleeping, you just went.
Showing up in the middle of the night, beating people with it.
Mm-hmm. And, seeing as Dan's character looks a little worse for wear, he walks up. Pray, friend, if you need healing, just speak up. And he goes to lay his hands on you.
I'm gonna back the fuck away from him.
And he kind of, like, as you start backing away, he, like, eyes you suspiciously. He's like, it's fine. I promise I don't bite.
It's like, it's like, well, I do, and I'm gonna show my fangs.
Trust down.
You guys really make this game difficult for yourselves.
No, I'm just basically trying to stop him from thinking. It's more of like, no, leave me the fuck alone.
You know, it's too bad that I can't, like, learn spells outside, like, that are
So-
opposite my alignment. Otherwise
I'm not like trying to bite him. I'm just like literally
Yeah, but
like
do
show
you-
my
do
fangs and then
you-
I point to them.
Let me just ask you 2 questions. Do you remember the setting, like, of this campaign? Because I know you
Not
joined in
really.
late, that's why I'm being lenient. You're basically in Castlevania, and you're in the countryside with a bunch of bums.
I don't know.
You're inside Transylvania right now with a bunch of bums who didn't even trust people who came in to visit a funeral of one of their own.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you
I
see
can
why.
see where this. Yeah.
I was giving you the benefit because you didn't start with us
You know
originally.
what? You know what? Wait, can I help Dan out here?
If you want to interject, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up, put a hand on his shoulder, and go like, he's kind of
He's like over 80
he's
bucks.
kind of claustrophobic, doesn't like people being right up next to him. And then I look at him to give him like kind of a hint, like act scared that I'm holding on to you.
I'm just gonna look at your
Roll
hand
a
like,
bluff
the
check.
fuck you touching me for?
roll a bluff check, Shira.
Okay. Oh god, I actually think one of my bluff is really bad. Skills.
You're
Bluff.
very
Oh boy. Alright, let's do this. 16! That's not that bad, actually, I think. Maybe.
We have an upgrade.
So he kind of eyes you. I rolled, don't worry. He
Okay.
kind of eyes you suspiciously and looks over at Adric and is kind of just like, very well then, I will respect a man's privacy and we'll just back off.
I'm just gonna pick up his hand off my shoulder and drop it.
Like other
He immediately becomes suspect. No. Oh, all right. Okay. So Dan, do you remember? No, never mind. That doesn't matter. Ignore that line. Okay. So yeah, all the people are quite happy with you. They're cheering and you've just been told that if you need healing, the Church of Desna will offer its services free of charge.
Awesome.
Much
I just
appreciated.
realised what I should have done.
What?
Ripped his neck.
Just got, no, I've got
Killed him.
this, and put my hands together and fucking done my Idelion healing. Because
Yeah, well, that would have only healed the Idelion. The Idelion
Oh,
is
yeah,
actually
true,
low
yeah.
right now.
yeah,
I have a quick question.
and that, he is only at full health because of the, I think.
Yeah, I got a quick answer.
Just because I don't know as much about them in this setting, are the Dhampir, like, are they actually just strictly their own race, or is it like a turned
They're a
human
race.
vampire? Okay.
They are strictly a race in this. Basically, rather than just be turned humans or descendants of turned humans, when somebody becomes a vampire, they essentially become an entirely new creature. Because vampirism in this it's kind of like Skyrim, or not Skyrim, it's kind of like Elder Scrolls, where it comes from a god, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So it like basically alters you at almost a fundamental level.
I see.
So
it's
to have
it's
children,
not as the
it's
same level as like a virus.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
actually, like, you become a completely different being.
Yeah, it's more akin to it's a literal curse. Like if you become a vampire, it is a literal curse upon your nature, and you
I see.
change as a result of it.
Oh, that's neat. Okay, that's all I was curious about. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I'm half vampire, half human.
Well, now you're just fucking me up here, Dan. Now I don't know what to believe.
No, I'm half human, half vampire. That's
See, the fun thing is
Yeah,
there's actually full
crossbreeds.
mechanics for vampirism and then getting like corrupted and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
And then-
basically Blade.
What's really cool about vampirism in Pathfinder is you can take vampiric manifestations. So like there's a lure, which basically you have bonuses to like diplomacy stuff, but you don't have a reflection.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're called, I think it's gifts and blights or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's like where you take a positive bonus, but you also suffer.
Exactly, and I thought it was a really
Yeah.
cool system when I was reading it. I was thinking about like forcing Dan into vampirism just to be a dick, but
Yeah,
I had to take a certain thing just so I'm not blinded by daylight.
in our old 3.5 campaign, like we tried to do that because my DM joked that I should take hemophilia as a debuff and then choose a positive. But then, like, our friend Aaron, who doesn't get the concept of what is overpowered and what is not, he wanted to be like this super badass, like, technomancer cyborg from the future, and his only suffered con would be, he has to wear glasses. Fuck you, dude.
Jesus.
That's not. Fuck
Oh,
off.
so okay, I looked it up really quick because I was really curious. Vampires come from shadow creatures, like creatures from the plane of shadow.
Mm-hmm.
They come from Strigoi, which
Stromboli.
yes, they don't exist anymore, but they basically evolved into like they created the original vampires that eventually evolved into the modern vampires, and there's 4 different types. So there's a Nosferatu, Moroi,
Oh yeah, the family name ones.
Vitala, and Zhuangxi. So yeah,
Yeah.
interesting
Vampires.
tidbit about vampirism.
Chinese I tried to picture a Chinese vampire, and the first thing that popped in my head was a really hilarious and racist picture. Like
They,
the giant
like-
Chinese buck teeth, but pointed.
See, the thing is, they're like super stereotypical in the way that they're vampires. They don't even feed on blood; they feed on chi. It says they feed on chi or life energy of living creatures by inhaling their breath. So they just suck their dicks and call them gay.
Pretty much. I would say it's like, are they those kind of vampires? They probably started that whole like reishi massage thing where they just don't even touch you. They just
This is literally the official artwork.
wave their hands
Look in
over you.
Discord.
Let's see.
Oh
It's
my
actually
god.
Yeah, the different. I'm just gonna post all the different types of vampires. I know we're kind of going on a tangent here, and this probably makes for horrible screen for Shira's stream, but it's really interesting to me all the different types of vampires in Pathfinder.
I like that third one. He looks super
There you go.
classy.
You have the,
That's the Moroi,
that's the Tom Cruise vampire.
Hang on, I'm
and
opening,
then the
I'm
last
opening
type
this
of-
one up on stream. So
the last
Yeah,
type of
because that was the
vampire
other
is
thing I had to choose. Was if I was going to be from which heritage I'm from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that was one of the things I could choose.
Oh, I see. Yeah, for the Dampier thing. The other thing you can, the other family, the last one is the Vitala, which are basically they're kind of like psychic vampires. They feed on the what's called the creative consciousness of others.
You know
Shut
what,
up, Cade.
you know what I just realized?
What?
That last one, the guy who I said looks super dapper, he kind of looks like what's his name from Critical Role, the DM.
Matt Mercer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He kind of does. I could see it.
kind of looks like him.
Okay, so
he does a little bit.
one of the first things I want to do now that you guys are back in town, I want to check in with you guys' mind. I know Dan, it's not really, it's like I appear. How's your character feeling? I want to see how everyone is doing, like what they're thinking, how they're feeling, what's good. Like, I want to check in, see how everyone's feeling.
You take
So
a
let's
peek
start-
inside his skull, and all you hear is, "In the name of God."
I'm gonna roll a d4. We're gonna start with Zidrum since he's at the top.
Why do I gotta always?
Because we're in America, Shira, and we start left to right.
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not on the top
So-
anymore.
Dan was 1, you were 2, Cernan was 3, and Reynald was 4. So how's Zidrum feeling right now?
I don't. Zidrum's feeling fine. He's not really used to.
Feeling fine and getting.
He's kind of in the same boat as.
Let me give you a tangent. You arrived in town to visit one of your old buddies for his funeral.
Mhm.
His daughter, begged you to stay. Didn't really beg you. Her father really begged you to stay there with her, make sure everything's good. Make sure she can square away the estate, all that. You go to a prison, nearly die. Very nearly die. There's not really much else to say about that. You guys immediately ran into the prison, and 3 of you nearly died. You go inside. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on, and you have to drag one of your companions out of there, more or less, because they're almost dead. And then you come back to town. You guys rest. You do some research. You wake up. The statue has blood all over it and has been desecrated with a single letter on it. V, I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. And then, all of a sudden, you guys go to the store, try and do some light shopping. Next thing you know, zombies. And then skeletons. And then more and more zombies and skeletons. And then there's a fiddler on the roof. So how's Zidrum thinking? What's going through his mind right now? Is he spooked? Is he officially in the spook zone?
I'd say he's a little bit. It's kind of a mixture of being worried about what's happening, wanting to know. Well, I mean, I know we kind of know why the zombies were going on because of the fiddle and stuff.
But what was that fiddle doing here? Why was it
Yeah.
creating zombies? That sort of thing.
Yeah, but then on the other side of the coin, he's a little happy because he's kind of in the same boat as Dan's character, where he's usually not accepted places. So seeing people actually kind of happy with him it makes him a little like, this is nice.
Is it wrong for me to hear faint sounds Linkin Park?
No, because that's pretty much how my character feels. Like, if you want me to go next, I can literally tell you exactly how my character feels.
We got Zidrums. Let's take a peek into the mind of the elusive Cernan. The man with the cane sword.
They can't hit anything.
I do hit things. I was hitting things
You
as
fucked those
long as
spiders up since then, not so much.
I took
The
out like
man
5
who
of the
can't
fucking
beat
zombies.
spiders.
The cheerleader.
I killed like 5
The
of the zombies.
cheerleader. To be fair,
Yes.
he killed almost every. He killed what 2 out of 3 spiders.
Mm-hmm.
So that
And
was
then I
pretty good.
I killed zombies too in there, so
Oh
So
yeah, well,
Cernan's doing all
But
right.
if you-
Cernan's doing all right.
the only person that I haven't attempted to kill yet is Zidrum, so we're doing okay.
You haven't tried to kill me yet.
Well, no.
Didn't he?
but-
I thought he accidentally crit you. No, that was who was it that accidentally hit Adric?
That was Zidrum.
Fucking hell,
No, I don't
Zitro.
think
Wait,
I.
no,
No,
no
I
one,
didn't.
no one's
Killing
accidentally hit
Shira
me.
over here.
Oh no, you just got crit like in that fight. That's what it
yeah,
was.
I hit Sam's character. I hit Reynold and knocked him out.
And you threw a bomb and hit Cernan.
Yes.
Right. So
That's
That
what
was
it was. My bad.
that last one was for the greater good.
that's debatable, but no. Overall, he is a little worried about who his team is and who he's been working with, and
You've only been shot in the back of the head twice at this point.
because it seems rather dysfunctional to him, and he's very much, he likes his order, he likes things being very streamlined, and that's just how he is. He really enjoys a common consistency in everything that he does. He has a very peculiar way of doing stuff, and but for him, he is glad that the people are starting to warm up to him, because that's what he does, is he enjoys to help people.
Lures
But
him in and then he cuts him down.
he is concerned about the source of the zombies and really wants to understand what is happening that is causing all of this to happen. Where did this come from? All these sightings, what is really behind it, so that he can make sure that the people here are safe. So he's really about the people.
All these
Not to
things.
mention, he recently just had a run-in with his old teacher. I know I forgot to
He
see
did.
explain that because I'm an idiot, but you know,
He did.
it's
That
still
also
a thing.
came out of a door that I came out
Yeah.
of.
So he's not so much worried about.
He's just like, yeah, you know, this dude kind of just showed up, but you know, fuck it, whatever.
I
He's
wouldn't
cool.
blame
He
him
looks
for
like a fucking
trusting
demon,
me
but you
for
know,
shit. Like, I just showed up and just started fighting shit and then followed them.
Which
in all,
he
in all
respects.
fairness, if anybody would like, you can make a spellcraft check on that portal to see if it was the same portal or if it just was conveniently in the same place due to
Is
some
it
other
even
reason.
still there? I would imagine.
No, but
that's not.
I would retroactively allow you to roll that because
What do I have to do? Which roll?
you could roll a spellcraft check if you want to see if the portal that Adric came out of is the same portal that took Sam. Or
Well, I don't care about Sam.
what the fuck was his name? Rohan?
I don't know
Rohan?
anything.
The Riders of Rohan call?
You
Rohirrim,
wanted
I think.
you wanted
Or something like that.
spellcraft. You said
Yeah, spellcraft.
spellcraft.
Oh,
Shira doesn't even know which door is which.
so Zidrum,
Here's
when
Shira doesn't know
when
the
it had
difference between
happened,
one
you
and
were
one.
kind of like you were paying attention to
Wait,
basically.
I have an
other
excuse for that. I have an excuse for that.
Okay.
I was using my mutagen, so I didn't really care.
Oh yeah, you were. You didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I was just raging out, attacking hands.
Reynold and Cernan, you guys would assume that was a similar portal, and it was kind of convenient that they came out of the same spot. The dimensional portal, like the dimensional gate that they stepped through, was a separate gate. Otherwise, they most likely would have collided, like either on the way in or on the way out.
Okay.
Like basically, think about it:
Yeah, we
if
got
somebody
stuck in the
carrying
hallway
another
going,
guy walks through a door, a giant demon man is gonna bump into him if they're if it's the same door. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
So yeah, and of course, now that he knows his teacher has some workings around this, he needs to find out more as to what his teacher
large
is
are the
doing.
machinations of man.
Oh, hey,
So,
by the way, if we ever happen to follow that through and go and like find or try to rescue Sam's character, can I have his paisa?
If it's alive.
Can I kill it if it's alive?
Fuck you, Shira. My paisa.
If it's dead.
Can I accidentally kill it because I don't even know it's a friend?
See, this is assuming it's alive.
See, it's
I
just
haven't
like
confirmed nor denied if it's alive, or if Sam's even alive. None of you know.
It's
No.
okay if Sam's dead, just not the paisa. This is movie rules. You don't kill the dog.
I also don't
Okay.
know anything about them. So.
Okay, You and I both know I have no trouble causing emotional trauma to animals in
Amen.
Pathfinder.
Not
Or
just Landon.
Actually, let me rephrase that. You guys know I have no problem making you guys inflict emotional trauma onto animals.
Neither does Landon.
Fucking goblin panther thing.
It was an actual panther. It wasn't a goblin panther. Okay.
Well, the goblin and the panther.
We'll go over
Well, there
to.
was the time that everyone beat up a bull.
Yeah, that was true. That was funny. So we'll move over to Reynold. How's Reynold feeling? Is he just wanting to purge?
In the name of God.
In the name of God. In the name of God. No, but he's looking to keep working to try to help the town maybe be a little bit more at ease and not so creepy Van Helsing-ish.
You know, maybe try to spread Ioma Day to these Desna heretics.
Exactly.
Even though I think Ioma Day and Desna are like super good friends.
Yeah. And just hoping that, when he goes to the confessional later, that old fucker's not hogging the damn slot.
All right. And finally, we round things off with Adric. How's Adric doing? How's Adric feeling?
It's a bit
So on the outside, he's playing cool. He's like he's just sort of happy to be here because of people thinking, but he's also at the same time thinking, I wonder how long this will last this time. With the whole townsfolk liking him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, this sort of shit I've sort of seen like ghost and stuff type things before. Although there wasn't people like these guys to sort of help with it, so
It's kinda
I'm
just
seeing
like a
them as a
loner.
more able people, and that's basically why I'm following them around right now.
All right. So, basically, I wanted to do that to try and get you guys into the mind of your characters. Try and put you in the mindset of how they're thinking right now, how they're feeling, you might say.
What are you
So
gonna
with
do
that,
to focus up?
no, we're gonna continue on. We'll go from there. So you guys have, like I said, you're back in town. The townsfolk are pretty happy. You guys kind of have like a little hip hip hooray sort of thing, and then everyone kind of scatters and goes back to what they're doing. Everybody has big bright smiles on their face. Kids are running around. You see that dog from earlier?
We saved the doggy.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
There's always a dog to save. Always a dog to save.
Well, this is that dog you guys specifically went out of your way to save.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the other campaign as well. There was a dog to save in that one too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't I cut down a dog right in front of you guys? That was great.
And then the next dog we saw was murdered and then fucking thrown in a whole bun.
Yeah, I wasn't nice to animals in that campaign, have I been?
That wasn't even you. That was the sad part. That was Landon burning it in a hole.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And when he fucking, sniped the poor farmer's daughter or whatever the hell she was.
Oh man. Oh shit, that was so good. I made Landon kill a fucking civilian, and Cade. Well, actually, I should say Cade made Landon kill a civilian.
I didn't make him do anything. We were advancing, and he decided to snipe that bitch.
Cade was like, Landon, you should use since you have probably one of the most use of long range spells in this party, you should use it on that scarecrow. And Landon's like, okay. He shoots it. They get up close. It's a civilian.
Oh.
He just killed our only witness.
Oh.
Only? You guys didn't
Yeah.
search that whole field.
Well, the only witness we'd come across.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went straight towards the farm, and
They
then
were the
farm
only
attacked
witness.
us.
They were a witness to their own crime because they were the ones that got murdered.
Secretly, there was old man Wigilliker hiding in the bushes, just going,
I don't-
"I've seen everything."
Master.
The
Bane.
best part was we actually had guards with us as well, town guards.
Oh my god.
They were further back though because they all only had like 20 feet movement speed.
Yeah.
So they basically like Landon and Cade sneak ahead. Landon fucking finger gun blasts this bitch, kills her. The guards show up and they're like, "What happened?" Let's go.
Oh,
That looks
no,
like a
another
human.
heart
It's
attack.
not. It's a ghoul. I promise. Why is there a mark of a fire ray on her chest?
It's a heart attack.
It was the ghouls.
Oh no, like, I don't know, we heard some booming voice said rocks fall, everybody dies. It was crazy.
Oh man.
All
right.
Are we like just free to do whatever at this point?
Yeah, you guys can do what you want. You can, go to the library.
I have
Read
a
up
shield.
a little bit
I have
about-
a shield to sell.
Okay.
Did we get any loot out of that fight? I presume not. I'm just
The
curious. though.
fiddler. The fiddle.
I got a fiddle.
Oh, the fiddle. Yeah. Okay. So that was the only thing.
I mean, you got from that last battle. It was just the fiddle, I think. But for that whole thing, you got a sword. I think.
I did.
Didn't someone also get armor? Or was it just the sword and the steel shield, the heavy steel shield?
I'm pretty sure it was just the sword and steel shield because the only person that had any like items that weren't rusted piles of shit was that skeleton on the horse.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody else was pretty much rocking garbage, like
Yeah.
rusted scimitars and
Yeah, and then I took
broken swords.
I took the shield to sell for later because nobody wanted it, and then Cernan took the sword because it was his. He looked at it and went, "Ooh, shiny."
Yes.
Just like that. Ooh, shiny.
Exactly.
Mr. Serious. Ooh,
So,
shiny.
Shira, you go sell a sword. Cat, fuck off. No one likes you.
No, I'm not going to sell a sword. This is my sword.
No.
Or-
I'm heavy steel shield. I'm selling.
Shira's gonna sell a shield. That's what it was.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head over to
Okay.
that little shop.
You can go up to the local blacksmith and he's pretty happy to see you. He's like, "Oh yes, come in, come in. The master works all. You can't go wrong."
I'm gonna tell him that I don't really have anything to buy for him, but if he wants to take a look at this shield I got from one of the skeletons that was attacking earlier, I'd be interested.
Oh yes, I'll buy anything you have. Anything for the heroes of Ravengrove. And it's a heavy steel shield.
Yeah, heavy steel shield specifically.
Okay, he takes a look over it. He's kind of he sniffs it. No.
Sniffs it, gives it a lick.
He's like looking at it and goes, "Tell you what, for all you folks have done for this town, I'll give you full price plus a little bit extra."
Sure, that'd be great.
Great! And he grabs it and he sets it on a shelf somewhere. It's all nice and displayed. And he kind of like as he sets it down, he starts walking away. He stops, picks it up, and like takes it to his to the counter, and pulls out the gold, counts it out, gives you 24 gold.
All right. Where do I write that down again? In here.
In inventory, and then he says he after he hands you the gold, he reaches under his table and pulls out like a polishing kit, and gives you a wink and starts polishing the shield.
Take the gold, pocket it, and give him a little like. I don't know. Give him a nod. Pleasure doing business with you, and I'm gonna leave.
Yes, come back anytime.
Give me a call when you want some suck.
No.
I want
No,
some
sorry.
cookies a dick.
Chocolate chip.
And you said it was 24 gold pieces?
Yeet.
Okay.
I don't know. Do they even have a library?
Like to research stuff, or
Yeah.
you could go. Let's see. You could look through the library from Kendra's place. You could search through there and take a look. There's You could probably look through the town hall to find some stuff. The local temple of Pharasma, you would know, has kept extensive notes on the town's history and like proceedings and things like that. You might be able to find some sort of records of maybe things that like business purchases, things to that effect. And there is actually like a sort of, it's not really a library, it's kind of like a schoolhouse and a magic item shop.
Hmm.
It's got like a mini library in it, but it's not really its primary function. But you believe, especially with how the townsfolk feel towards you, you could definitely go there and probably work.
So I'll go to the magic place that has the
Okay.
books.
You go ahead and you start walking, and you approach. It's like a nice building. It's got a big, like the center or the main building is like a stout wooden building with a stone inlay, and across the top you see like a scroll, like a stylized scroll, kind of rolling out, and it says in like basically cursive. It says the unfurling scroll.
Okay, I'm going to walk in, and then I'm just going to kind of look around at the books to see if there's anything that can give me more information about portals and if there's any way to track through them, I guess.
Yeah, you can start looking through the books, and as you start to digging through, you hear like a call. Is someone? Is someone there?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle.
And a like short little man comes around the corner. He's like, you almost assumed he was a halfling, but he's just, then like at closer glance you're like, this is just a really short guy.
He's just short.
Did anyone else picture Alice in a fancy love in front of him?
No, Dan.
So he comes up and he's like, yes, how can I help you?
I'm just looking through your books on portals if there's any way to track like the trajectory of these portals.
Ah, portals! I know a thing or two about portals. Here, come, come, come! And he like leads you around. He's like, he pulls the book off the shelf, and he like throws it, and he picks up another one, and shoves it back in. He like clambers up the shelf and like grabs one from the top shelf. Ah, here you go! And he comes back down and goes, here you go. Science and discovery of the portal spell. A look into the mind's eye.
Do you mind if I borrow this for a little while? I'll make sure to return it.
He leans in and goes, tell you what, for you, no charge.
Thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
he shoots you a wink.
I-
Remember, this man is extremely short.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I will make sure. And as I head out, I'm going to leave a donation.
Okay, you just flip like some gold.
Yeah. 5. Is that good?
Oh, that's, I mean,
I think
you
that's
would
fine.
assume that that's a significant amount of money for a tip.
Yeah. I'm
So-
gonna leave 5.
You
So-
hear like someone pick it up and bite it, and then all of a sudden you hear him like kind of groan in pain, like starts rubbing his mouth. So if you want to do some, if you want to research that, you can basically with the use of this book, I'll give you a, let's say a +2 to a knowledge check, and you can roll either knowledge planes or knowledge arcana, whatever you basically choose.
Okay. Then I'm going to, because Arcana makes sense to me, and because
I say knowledge planes only
Yeah.
specifically because planes has to do with teleportation. So,
Planes is
you
going to
can
be
choose.
better for me. So I get a +2 in that right now.
Yes, you would have a +2 in addition to whatever bonus you have.
Well, I'm at 0, so.
How are you at 0? Oh, you're a charisma caster. Never mind.
I am.
So yeah, just
So-
roll it and we'll add a +2.
Planes.
Okay, so you have a 14.
Mhm.
You read through the book. You kind of try and take a look through. You try to read. You don't really see anything about tracking through portals. It seems to be like unless you know, like basically the only way to track where where a portal's going to is if you already know where the portal's cast from. So it's kind of redundant.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue reading through it just to see what I can learn about portals.
Okay, yeah, you could go through and read, and it describes basically like the uh, I want to say alchemical, but like the magical theories behind how portals work, and how some scholars theorize that portals are actually like tearing a hole from our plane through another plane of existence, like maybe the shadow plane or something to that effect. It's a sort of like a lot of scholars kind of have debated that over the years about whether or not if that's actually true. Because that if that's true, then should people be at risk of using teleportation, things of that effect.
I'm going to be extremely disappointed if at the end of that book it doesn't say and now you're thinking with portals. just like the inside of the back cover is just like and now you're thinking with portals.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend my night just researching the book to learn.
Okay, does anybody else do anything special?
I'm just gonna go get some food. My character's hungry.
Does
Food.
You can find an inn.
does this place have like a tavern?
Yes.
Because I did promise Reynald a drink. If Reynald is not doing anything.
I'm sorry, I was spaced out.
Wow.
I
I
was
mean, you're
asking.
either reading a book for the last 10 minutes. I don't.
I was saying if this place has a tavern, I did promise Reynald a drink.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. He doesn't care about
To the
drinking.
things.
Alright, so the three of you, I suppose, head down to a tavern.
Well, I'm not.
Well, yeah, the Reynold, Zidram, and Adric.
Yeah.
That's three.
Yeah, we can order Dan some like Clamato juice or something.
I want food.
Well, if you go,
Yeah, he wants
you
a
guys can find
different
a
kind of
tavern.
food.
You all hang out. When you walk in, everybody, cheers for you. A bearded gentleman runs up and says, "Ah, a round of beers for the boys!" Kind of throws his arm around Zidram.
All right, let's have some fun.
In the name of beer! Dun, 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 dun.
Everyone's just cheering and having a grand old time.
A gay old time.
Yeah.
A gay old time.
Yes.
Wait, what? I have that. Is there any like well, I'm guessing there'd be like little lanterns in the tavern, like to light up the place, right?
Yes, I don't like where you're going with this.
I was gonna say like you said I could with that I had that one spell thing. It was like the what was it called? What was it called?
I don't know. Oh, pyrotechnics?
Yeah, couldn't I make like little fireworks with that?
Yeah, you can make the fireworks, and then everybody's cheering. Yeah, and the bartender's like, "Don't burn down my bar."
Sorry. I was just trying to have some fun.
Take it outside.
I give a nod and I take like one of like the candles that was on the table and take it outside and start shooting off some fireworks for everybody.
Just
Did you
shooting off some
celebrating?
guns.
Not guns, fireworks.
Don't you know who I am?
just to get the mood up.
Yeah, everybody's cheering, having a grand old time. By the way, this place is called the Laughing Demon.
The laughing demon. I like that.
It's like this place was built for me.
And ironically enough, if you look down the menu, the all the food has like interesting names. So there's vampire steaks, there's like wolf balls, there's corpse chowder, there's a drink called liquid ghosts.
That sounds
Um,
That sounds like gummies.
there's all kinds of just like strange. They're all jokes and puns about like undead creatures and the like. There's like witch's lager, that sort of thing.
I like this place already. Not gonna lie.
It's a, like, even though he kind of was a little gruff with you, he seems like he's got a bright, like a big bright smile. He's got big red, rosy cheeks.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like he was just kind of giving you a hard time because fire in a bar.
Oh yeah, of
but
course.
otherwise he was.
It was
Doesn't
more
sound
supposed to be a
familiar at
thing.
all.
It was supposed to be a thing where it was like I was like caught in the moment. I was like, "Hey guys, watch this!" Pew pew.
Yeah, and then he's just like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna need you to
Guys,
chill the
watch
fuck
this.
out. I'm just gonna do this really quick.
You're basically describing my other campaign.
Oh my god.
So, you guys all gonna drink, or just two of you and Adric gonna just eat vampire steak?
I'm not gonna drink too much because there was something I wanted to do once we like retired for the night.
Masturbate? I mean,
No.
you can do that and drink, sure.
No, not that.
Oh.
Please, not in public.
Just like it's like, all right, good night, everyone.
Please stop. I'm uncomfortable.
While we're all eating and drinking, I'm also going to basically let them in. Basically, what I meant before when I said that I'd run away from a bunch of town people that were trying to kill me.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. You guys, you can have a little RP going on right now.
Well, weren't we like standing with him when the priest did the whole thing and he pointed at his teeth? Or did we not get that?
No, that was retconned. I
Yeah,
didn't put
they
it in
re-
the-
That was retcon because Dan forgot that this campaign, that would basically be a death sentence for
Oh.
him.
Yeah, I'd be chased out of this town too.
Immediately, it's like, all right, Dan, make a new character.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was like, all right, Dan, I'm gonna let you in on this because you're new to this campaign, but that's basically gonna get you killed.
Maybe not kill.
Killed
but I
or-
won't be here anymore.
Yeah, killed or your character's just gonna run away.
Yeah, my character runs away, and I now have another campaign for just me.
I mean, there was like 4 clerics right next to you. You wouldn't live very long. All they had to do was channel positive energy, and you'd be dead.
Oh god.
That's what, like, if you would have bared your fangs, you probably would have just been killed on sight. And I'm not doing that just to be a dick. Like, these guys would have just been like, "What the fuck is this demon doing in my nice Christian town?"
But that is still nice because I helped.
And then they never trust us again because we were working with a demon.
In cohorts with demons.
Clearly, his kind is bringing in the rapists and drug cartels.
I mean, vampires aren't exactly like scions of society. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not a
not even
vampire.
me,
I'm
right?
just a dampier. I didn't choose to be this way.
I didn't want to be this way, Bob.
I never asked to be born, dads.
Did you ever ask how I felt about being bored?
Says between bites of cow.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are doing that. Is there anything anyone specifically wants to do before, say, we roll to a new day?
When we would go back to the house, like before I went to sleep, I would want to kind of study the fiddle, see if I can learn anything more about it.
You can make a. Let's see. I'll give you a knowledge.
Can we try this?
Trying to think of what I want to do. Do another knowledge arcana to try and identify its past. Like, see if you can read into the fiddle itself.
No, I don't know anything. I got a nat 1 on that.
You play the fiddle and no.
I look at it and go, I wonder what happens
immediately.
if I play it.
So yeah, you guys, you don't really learn any more
Yeah,
about the fiddle, sadly.
we can chalk that up to I drank a few too many and just couldn't really concentrate on studying it.
Yeah, that's what we'll say.
Yeah, I actually have a question.
I have an answer.
Given my class and background and alignment, should I have like some kind of particular reaction to Dan's character being a Dhampir?
I mean, you don't directly know he's a Dhampir, I don't think.
No, because I
Or
love
Dhampir,
human.
I don't think Dhampirs are insanely outwardly obvious.
They only are if they're part of like the original heritage, like the first class heritage.
The only real
the-
thing you would notice about him, I think, is he's very like attractive, but that could easily just be he's like an elf or something.
Oh, and I walk very gracefully.
Yeah, so like you might suspect something weird, but at the same time, he could literally just be a fucking elf.
Well, didn't he just say he was going to tell us, or did I just space out again?
No, he was gonna tell you that he's on the run. That he was on the run.
Oh, I thought then he was going to tell us why.
I feel like, dude,
No,
I mean, if he wants to tell you, you can. That's his.
No,
That's
I
his.
just I misunderstood, I guess.
No, I was basically telling you more about the reason that I came randomly for a gate and just told you that I had been chased out of town after people thought I had killed people.
Cool beans.
Pretty much, I just kind of be like, I know how that is. I'm used to getting chased out of places as well.
Zidrum's just
I
drunk.
love
I
that
know
one.
what you mean, buddy.
And I'm just walking over and seeing if the bar has a karaoke machine with Powerwolf on it.
Oh, so
But yeah, for the sake of story as well, like the story is literally, I was in the forest after hearing a scream, found two dead bodies of like villagers that were there, and then leaned down sort of to see what had happened to them, see if they're still alive or just dead. And then villagers walked up onto me and saw me, saw villagers, thought I killed them. I was then attacked.
Fair enough.
And then he spent his life trying to prove his innocence in this summer's new blockbuster.
Oh yeah, and after we roll over the day, wouldn't that potion I've been working on be done?
yes,
Because that would have been like 3 days, right?
that would have been 3 days, correct?
Yeah. Where do I put that? Just in my journal or like for inventory, like items?
Yeah, you just mark it down in your inventory, write it.
Okay. What's
So
the name of it specifically?
I don't even remember what potion you were making.
I think it was just like a basic healing potion, it
It would just be a cure light wounds potion.
okay, yeah.
I know we had those 7 scrolls as well. Can Cade learn from those as like a spell?
Who wrote the spells? Who wrote those down? Was it
I did.
okay?
Because we got the
basically-
7 scrolls of Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works for
basically, basically, what you would do is read. You would see what spell list they're on, and whoever spell list it belongs to, they could attempt to learn the spell. Actually, I think Cade could learn it automatically.
I already have
Yeah.
Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah, I already have it as one of my.
Well, it's whatever
Extracts.
scrolls Al has. I don't know what
Yeah.
scrolls Al has.
Oh.
Well, it's just those Cure Light Wounds. I didn't know
I
if
thought
he
it was-
had them.
I thought like scrolls were like kind of a usable item type thing, and I was only able to learn them in the other campaign because I'm a magus.
No, you can, if they're on your spell list, you can learn them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anybody, I believe anybody can use it. It's just harder to use it for non-spell listed.
Correct.
Huh.
And I probably cannot at all. Being as
Scrub.
yeah. But that's okay.
Okay.
That's it.
So yeah, you guys go home. Everybody can heal your con plus your level in health overnight. Just automatic. You heal 1 ability damage if you took any ability damage, and if any, I don't think anybody has any diseases, right?
No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, because I think the only creatures I had that had diseases, Kate fucking ruined it.
Oh, also, I'm going to state the fact of while we were sitting in the bar drinking and stuff, I let my summon go away basically. So you actually
Oh
just
yeah,
saw me.
that would make sense. You know, just rocking a fucking demon in the middle of a bar. Everyone's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I dropped that. Now that we're not in combat.
Makes sense.
Unrelated,
Alright,
sure, I sent you your damn potions.
Thank you.
They're not
is
good
there
quality, but
anything?
Don't worry, that's fine.
Is there anything anybody wants to do today specifically?
what is Kendra doing?
Kendra is reading the equivalent of the morning paper. She's like, oh, looks like the laughing demon has a new item on the menu.
What's that?
It's just like another food item. He's got the Dampier's Drought. Is ironically enough his new drink. I'm coming up with these, by the way.
I'm proud of you.
Uh,
I don't
Does anybody
know.
want to go talk to people? Anybody want to go look back at the statue? Anybody want to go research something specific? Anything?
I was gonna say, could I like see if anyone needs any help doing stuff to like maybe make some quick coin?
You can ask around. There's kind of like everybody's jobs are kind of already doled out. There's not much. Like, unless you're like a specific craftsman, there isn't really a good operation or a good chance for that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
I'm going to specifically follow Sure around.
Well, all right.
Suck 'em off.
Well, no, it's more of the fact that we bonded more of that,
Just
about
ignore
the
what I
fact
said.
that neither of us
Ignore what I
really
said,
usually
Dennis.
wanted. Apparently
There was
not.
also, I'm sure you guys have forgotten, it's been a hot minute. There was also inside the journal, it had mentioned something about a false tomb in the graveyard.
False two.
Mm. I want to go see what I can find, if anything, on this false tomb. William,
What
you're
was that?
coming with me.
Hold on. I want to check out the statue again real quick. Like as I'm wandering around, if I go past it, see if it's still doing fine and is still not desecrated like it was before.
Right. So, you go back to the statue, and it appears to be fine. You know, it seems like it was cleaned up, I believe.
Can I like do a perception roll, see if I see any maybe like sketchy figures hanging out or anything?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check.
All right. Click the wrong thing. Oh. Skills. Perception. I don't know what I rolled. A 9. Great.
You sense nothing.
I see
Doesn't
nothing.
look like anything to me.
So, you look around, you kind of like look for footprints and try to figure out if you see anyone. You don't really see anything crazy or anything that like pops out about it.
All right.
Like, there's no like obvious footprints or anything to that effect.
Fair enough. I guess I'd then just head back and then go to the tomb with the others if that's where they were headed.
Yep.
Are you updating things?
Yes. Okay, so go ahead with your scene. Sorry. I'm writing stuff down. So go ahead and what was it, Al? I'm sorry.
We were going to go based off the journal, see if we could find anything about a false tomb. If we could find anything.
Okay.
Now
Do
that
you
there
guys
aren't
want to?
zombies everywhere.
Yeah. Are you guys going to go ask the church, or just go straight to the?
I think I'm just going to first go look around myself. Not break anything, but
Okay.
just because I didn't think of that, so I don't think that's fair.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you. That's what I'm
No,
asking. Like,
I know.
do you want to go there, go here? I'm just trying to find out because if I need
Nope.
to move the scene, I need to move the scene.
Yeah.
Nope. I am gonna go to just look around, see if I can find anything that stands out to me.
I'm gonna go there as well.
But William or
Okay,
somebody
so
can go and ask the church if that's what they think of.
Cade,
Yeah.
would you like to follow Cernan, or are you gonna go do something else?
Yeah, I was gonna follow him.
Okay, you guys are making this
So it
really easy.
looks like we're all going.
Let's move you back to the graveyard.
I was gonna do like Sheer suggestion, like go around town and see if people need help with stuff, but that didn't pan out.
I mean, you could have joined me. Some good quality bonding time between characters.
They said nobody
Okay.
wanted our help.
Because, you know, Cernan has to sit by himself in the house with his waifu.
Okay, so you guys start looking around for the cache. It references a specific tomb, kind of like further in. It would be like you would assume on the north side, probably. Can you guys see the whole map?
Yeah.
I have to do that some more.
Now I can. That's too far.
Probably in this area somewhere. I drew a gold circle.
Okay. Well, then I'm
I
going to
don't.
go
Oh
over
yeah.
there. Right here.
Eh, I'm a little slower. Eh. Boop. William, stop pooping.
It's not my fault. It's the bail.
What are these things? Are they just like big tombs? I'm gonna presume.
Yeah, these are basically all crypts.
So, can I go in one of those?
Hold on 1 second.
Particularly this one. Just because the roof is bigger.
You open the door and there's a skeleton king!
You open the door, you you fly away and take 300 damage.
Rex fall, you die instantly.
You open the door, the roof caves in.
I'm just
Wait.
making the map.
Oh, ignore that. I didn't mean to roll that.
I'm not ignoring it. It's happening.
I was
Shit.
You have just lost your shit.
I was going to rewrite it as Shira flip his desk. There we go. 14.
Sorry, that's a DC 15 to lift your desk. You're a little bitch.
Darn it.
Your strength isn't high enough.
At least you tried.
At least I
So,
tried.
first things first. Everybody, since you're investigating this, how are you gonna do it? You just gonna walk right in, bust open the fucking door, start kicking in crypts, or trying to sneak around? What are we doing?
Can I just. Oh, can I get into it or do I have to force my way?
Well, I mean, like, I want to like, are you guys going to go into the
Yes, I'm going into the crypt.
crypt? Okay, so
But
again, are you just busting?
well,
Is the bus, is it
just-
locked?
That's the point.
Are you guys going? No, I'm asking. Are you gonna try and sneak in the door? Or are you gonna try and stealthily shake open a crypt? Or are you gonna just bust open the fucking door? Is what I'm asking. Like,
I have a -4 to my stealth, so I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, I'm not very sneaky about it. How sneaky am I? Where is my stealth? Hold on.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to find out what you guys are doing.
I'm gonna see if it will open, like,
Just like
With that-
normally.
yeah.
Yeah, without, breaking out anything.
Is it this corner area we're going to, by the way?
Yeah.
That's where, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
rolling
I'm
stealth
gonna
too.
go up and just
Oh.
kind of walk around,
Stealth.
see, and as I'm passing them, I'm just kind of rattling the door handles, trying to see if they're locked, if I have to, if they
Okay.
just open.
So you're gonna start looking at the doors. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Anybody who wishes to look at the locks or like see if anything's open can make a perception.
Perception. 21.
Everything!
Jeez.
Normally you can't do anything.
Power of perception compels you apparently today.
So you guys are kind of walking around looking, and this northmost crypt, you kind of look. It looks locked. Like it's a single, it's a stone door with like some sort of rusty like lock on it. But when you look at it, Reynald and Zidram notice that the lock is broken. Looks like it was melted by acid and then like placed, like put back so it looks like it's still intact.
Hmm.
No, you don't go, you didn't see it.
And
I know. I'm more.
as you guys are kind of looking around,
That was OC. God.
as you guys are like looking around, a gravedigger, like one of the guys who work here, like you kind of see him in the distance. He kind of like walks past, stops, and then just keeps walking.
So he really doesn't question us.
You can make a sense motive if you would wish.
I want to do a sense motive.
Samesies.
I am sensing all your motives.
Alright, I'm gonna.
He's probably going to go kill someone.
He's what?
He's probably going to go tell someone.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Were any of the other ones open, or
No, it's just that one.
just that one? Okay. Well, do we want to go in, or do we want to back off? I mean, these people just started to trust us, so
So
Probably should back off.
one of us could go chat up that guy while somebody else walks in the crypt.
I was actually going to. Like, I mean, if we weren't going to go into it, inform him that the lock has been melted off. Like, inform the gravedigger guy.
I'm just curious. I'm not accepting this. Nope, I'm glad I didn't accept that. I was gonna see if I could bluff him. I mean, I could try, but not that high.
If you remember, I give bonuses for roleplay, so if you guys roleplay
I know.
good, I will give a little bonus, a little bump oni.
Got the G7.
I'm just trying to think.
What's that?
G7.
I'm actually gonna go see if I can find him and ask him about the crypts. And kind of
Go try to find
The-
the
yeah.
the grave guy.
Yeah.
Okay. You can. I'll see you find him.
Okay. Excuse me, sir. May I inquire with you really quick?
I'm really busy. If you don't mind, he just kind of like picks up his pace a little bit, walking slightly faster.
Oh, America.
It'll be just a moment if I can. Those crypts.
All questions can be directed to the Church of Pharasma. Please, I'm just a gravedigger.
The church. Thank you. Nut.
Did you say
Uh,
nut?
No. Nuts.
Because you can't spell nutrition without nut.
Really?
Oh, it's real.
Man, this man real has some balls and nuts.
So, since he did actually tell me about the church, I am gonna go to the church.
Okay. You gonna try and race him there?
Yes. Actually, yes. I'm gonna run to the church.
I mean,
I'm gonna go in the crypt.
you have 40 feet of movement, so you're a lot faster than him. So you can beat him to the church.
Gonna beat
You've
him.
got like kind of like a slight limp, so what was it, 20 feet? So Kate, you're just gonna go just bust in.
I mean, respectfully, it doesn't have to like violently bust in the door.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
You finna bust a nut.
He definitely
Okay,
gonna
so
bust a nut.
this is gonna happen at the same time. Basically, Al is gonna run up to that guy, talk to him, and then run to the church while Kate's like, or Reynolds like, I'm just gonna desecrate this tomb by going inside it.
In the name of God. Bang, 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 bang.
Okay, just give me 1 second so I can move you guys over. Did this line up properly, or am I stupid?
I was looking at the
I'm
roses,
so
but
tempted to
I
just
don't
give
have
up on lining these grids up.
I mean, they don't have to be
I
perfect.
believe in you.
I get so aggravated when they're not.
I
Fair enough.
believe in you.
Is everybody going into the crypt, or is it just
I'm not.
Well,
Obviously, you're
obviously you're not.
not. I think I'm gonna wait outside for now myself.
Yep, I'm just gonna distance myself a little bit.
Yeah, like like at
Okay,
this
so
point, I would have
basically,
been like kind of walking away from that place.
basically we're gonna go in a turn order. So we'll start Reynold. So Reynold, you walk inside the crypt.
Yeet.
And you walk inside. There's a flight of stone steps that leads down into like down into the earth, with a large crypt lined with empty niches. I lied.
Oh dear.
No.
Are you gonna nut?
No.
Finna bust a
So
nut.
you come into this crypt and you see basically what appears to be like two statues. If you want to make a perception check, you can try and see if you spot anything.
Okay.
God.
What the fuck is up with your perception today?
Yeah.
When it
Looks
really
like
matters.
it looks like he dumped all his points into it for the most part.
I've only put 3 points in it, actually.
Don't you only get like 5 or 6 per level?
Uh,
That's almost a 30 point. That's like a fourth of your points at that level. So you do see in the ground, there's like tracks that go through the dust and the dirt of the floor. If you want to make a survival check, you can try and follow them.
this is for tracking.
Yeah, just to track some footprints, sniff
Okay.
feet.
I'm just asking because Inquisitor gets a slight bonus when doing specifically that with survival.
Oh yeah, so you are tracking in that case.
Okay. So, +1 to that.
Okay. So you are able to follow it all the way into the crypt, which is basically this. So there's nothing blocking you or anything. You are able to walk down into this. Are you going to walk all the way down there?
I'll probably stop at the base of the steps and
Okay.
try to take a gander of the environs.
Okay, you look around, you see there's a single large crypt, some urns in the corner. Doesn't really look like there's much in here.
Okay.
You're gonna go look at the crypt.
Yeah, I guess I will carefully walk up here. And oh god, no, I don't want to edit my token.
And rocks fall on you.
The entire crypt collapses.
Hi, kitty.
Well, at least then you guys learned.
Okay, just give me 1 sec.
You can get the same case of my phone on this one too.
Okay, so you go down the crypt. Do you walk straight up to the thing? Like throw it open.
Yeah.
Okay, you open it up. There's a pretty good treasure cache, including some magical arrows, some potions, and some scrolls. There's also a thin darkwood case decorated with an image of a scarab with a single eye glaring from its back. You'll recognize this as the same design that was on the cover of one of the books that was within the professor's collection.
Okay.
And as you open that, you hear from behind
Of course.
skittering.
Oh, that's skittering. Skittering's bad adjective. That's a bad adverb.
And basically crawling in between the cracks in the floor are two giant centipedes that come up from behind you. You're going to be right there.
Oh, lewd.
That come up from behind you and attack.
Roll for initiative!
Yes.
There's only one initiative.
No, there are 3 initiatives. 2 centipedes count.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
fucking
God.
demean my centipedes,
Don't let me down.
asshole. I mean, I'll never outroll your fucking initiative, Cade. You have a plus 12.
Yes, I do.
So dumb.
Cade's idea of making his character was like, how can I make myself always go first without being a gunslinger?
And the sad thing is, like, I still don't necessarily because I keep rolling like shit.
Yeah, like he rolled. That's a 5.
Yeah.
But even with the 5, he outrolled both my monsters. So,
Yay. Oh, I did it. You know.
all right. So we will start, and let me just transition the combat or the music to combat sounds. Where is the? All right. So they will get a surprise round on you.
There's something.
Oh, I gotta turn this shit down.
Yes, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was intense for me too. So they'll get a surprise round on you. So this one will go for the attack.
Ow.
Let me move this over here. What's their attack? I doubt I'll hit you. These monsters don't have a very high attack bonus. Does an 8 hit you?
No.
Okay, what about
Even if it's
a
flat-footed, that doesn't even begin to.
what about a 17 flat-footed AC, big boy?
Nope.
Flat-footed AC.
My flat is an 18. Close, but no
What
cigar,
the
my friend.
fuck is your? How is your flat-footed so high?
Because I've got my armor, my shield, and that's it, actually.
Jesus fuck.
I get 6 from my armor and 2 from my shield, so that's plus 8.
It's actually an 18. I added a bonus. Alright. It is your turn.
Alrighty. Let's see. This thing is a plus 2. I'll read that real quick. And because I keep forgetting to do this, I'm going to declare a destruction judgment on the centipede in front of me,
Okay.
which gives me a +1 sacred bonus on my damage.
Spoop. Alright, that will cut this poor centipede down mercilessly.
Yeah.
But now I still get to make an attack! Ah! Ah! Alright.
Well,
Why are you so overpowered?
I'm not, though. I'm just rolling good today.
I just rolled terribly every time except once. Alright, it's Kate's, it's Reynold's turn. Go ahead and ruin my combat.
Alright.
Just gonna swap this music back. That was a complete waste of music change.
Fine. Yeah, like one quick thing. Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up more later, but it looks like it just kind of applies in general as opposed to on a per enemy basis.
Yeah, the Sacred Judgment should just apply to you, not per enemy.
Okay.
Unless
Alright.
you, like, cast it on them or some weird shit.
Yeah. Alright, well, then I'll take another swing. Oh,
Miss.
damn.
Maybe I'll get to get some hits off? God damn it. Just kill my monsters already!
Stop trying to kill me and kill me.
Alright, it's dead. The monster's dead. As are my hopes and dreams of ever hurting you guys.
Hey, last time you knocked me unconscious.
Quiet you!
And the time before that, Shira knocked me unconscious.
And I almost died by spiders, so
Quiet you!
And I almost died by Grandma.
I'll kill all of you with a Tarask!
No!
No, no Tarask.
That
I'll
thing
summon the
eats-
Whispering Tyrant!
Thing eats worlds for fun.
Alright, Cade, so, yeah, you have all these magic items. Oh, there's also a bunch of mundane items as well. Like, for instance, there was some sun rods, 6 flasks of holy water, and a dozen silver arrows.
The hell is a sun rod?
Basically a torch, but a sun rod.
So it's a magic torch.
So, you also find 17 magical arrows, 7 magical potions, and 4 magical scrolls, along with that darkwood case.
I have a question. Would the arrows be good for my crossbow?
They are arrows, so no.
So no, okay. Dang it.
Alright.
Well, you're the only one who uses ranged weapons, huh?
Yeah.
You can say
they might
they're
as well.
magical bolts instead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, I'll say they're bolts instead.
Okay.
There's no reason to just have all this shit that you guys can't use.
Yeah.
Alright,
well.
is having a Labor Day sale.
I guess if there's nothing else creepy down here, I'll just scoop it all up and head back outside.
It's a Tarask.
Fuck! You open the dark wooden cask and out pops the fucking Tarask and says, "Fuck you, dude."
Out pops a mini Tarask that just follows the party around and occasionally makes you trip.
I use Mage Hand to pay it on the head.
Okay. So you take the items. Do you do anything else?
No, I don't see anything else interesting down here, do I?
are you gonna put the lid back on?
Yes, I would.
How careful do you put it back on?
As careful
It
as I can
shatters.
move a giant stone slab. By
Alright, so
myself.
you put everything back together as you found it to the best of your abilities, and you leave. Meanwhile, back at the Church of Pharasma, Cernan arrives, panting ever so slightly, but not too winded because he's fast as fuck and also in shape.
That's fuck, boy.
Just
Okay.
now imagine him wheezing at the desk. Excuse me.
Is there anybody in the near vicinity that looks like the high priest or
There's a guy kind of just chilling inside the temple.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment?
He kind of turns and says, "Oh, yes. How can I help you?"
I was coming to find out about those crypts that you have up in the north side. Can you give me Go ahead.
Yes. What about them?
Can you give me a little history? I like who they were.
Well, let me think back. Which crypts in particular? The ones you said the northeast, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Let's see. The northmost one belongs to a. Oh, who was it? An ancient priest of Pharasma who helped actually found the church. It has. I believe it was supposed to be Count Anadachi inside it. The next one in the line was a one called. Oh well, I please forgive me. Do not. I do not remember these things offhand. I believe it was Pevrin, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Pevrin. He, the man with no last name. He was entombed there for a generous donation he made to the Church of Pharasma. It gave him the right to be buried alongside Count Andachi. And the last one belongs to the previous head of the Church of Pharasma.
Is there any chance that we could take a look in them?
He kind of gets a kind of confused look on his face. To what end?
We're looking to see if there may have been any sort of violation. We found a note about a false tomb.
He kind of gets a false tomb. Are you suggesting that the church has been keeping tombs for its own use?
Do you want
Probably,
me
I
to
found some cool shit in here.
do you want me to do
No,
a
you can-
diplomacy check?
Yeah, you can make a diplomacy.
I'll do a diplomacy.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't mean to imply. Was just trying to understand as to what this may have meant. I'm sorry for the scare or any.
He kind of he looks at you for a second and he kind of relaxes. He goes, I do not mean to be on edge, but we do not have a lot of people questioning, asking questions about crypts, and for one as new to town as yourself to be asking questions about a tomb and the possibilities of being false, it took me for surprise. I apologize for losing my cool.
You threw off my groove.
He goes, so, I'm sorry, you wanted to look and see if there was a false crypt in one of them?
If possible, or just to see if there may have been any, if anything looks out of normal. I mean, I would imagine a crypt is nothing but a bunch of graves. So,
He kind of starts scratching his chin and thinks for a second. He goes, normally I wouldn't allow this, but seeing as your party has just recently helped the town out of that undead situation, I'm willing to let you investigate it as long as, on one stipulation, you report anything you find within to the church.
most definitely I shall.
Very well. Here's the key to the 3 tombs up there. Remember, no desecrations.
No desecrations.
No peeing in the tomb, guys.
And he just hands you the key and says, "Thank you." and you can
Thank you.
run back.
Yes.
As you're running back, you pass the gravekeeper.
And I show him the key.
Yeah,
He's just like he kind of just like shrugs and just turns around and starts slowly walking back.
Joe, I would have said this was like a 13 out of 10 session if he had also added, oh, and also look out for the sacred centipedes. They're guarding the tomb. Don't kill them.
don't kill the centipedes. That is Pharasma's chosen creature.
Meanwhile, poof, poof, poof.
So, yeah.
You're sprinting back, and Reynold, you come out of the tomb, the fucking carrying fat loot.
Fat stacks, man. Dollar bills, y'all.
Yes.
So as I approach, do I see that Reynold has all that stuff?
As you approach, you see Reynold is carrying, just a massive bag of shit.
So I'm gonna eye him, and then I'm gonna give him a nod. Friends, I have the key to the other tombs. We can investigate those.
Wait, we're allowed?
I have the key. It was given to me by the church. Therefore, yes, we are allowed. Can Dan
Uh-huh.
even be on this land?
Can what? Can what?
I was gonna say, can Hedrick even be on this land?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's Holy Land, technically.
I mean, it's not a positive energy field, so he's alright. That's a fun idea for a trap later on, though.
Oh god.
Catch him.
Positive energy.
Oh god,
trap.
this thing is supernatural up in here. You're gonna catch him on like a salt ring or some bullshit.
Just okay. There's a secret room with a bunch of stuff. That's great, Patrick. Do you walk in there?
You have to survive 20 D10!
So, since I have the key, can we go in this one? I want to go
Yeah,
in this
you
one.
can walk up. You opened it up.
Yes. With my key.
You go inside. It seems to be a fairly standard tomb. There's like two stylized depictions of like it looks like the same guy. He's got like a strong chin, and there's just a single crypt, and above it says, here he lies, the greatest amongst us all, though he did not have a name, of the last kind.
Of the last kind.
Wait, this guy didn't have a family name?
I guess not.
You're still going for it.
This little orphan good guy.
And then, like on one of the walls, there's like a whole mural dedicated to like things he did in his life. It's like he made various donations to the church. He was like an upstanding community member, and all of that.
Yeah. So, can we do like a perception to see if anything stands out? I'm gonna do a perception. See if anything else stands out. Nope. Fuck!
You don't see anything that stands out.
I got your back, big guy.
Holy shit. Reynold walks in, he kind of looks around. The only thing interesting is in the script, like the mural, there's like a kind of like a sub meaning in like written in another language, and it takes you a few because it's kind of like woven into the other letters. But you kind of like read over it. What languages do you even speak? I should have asked that first, Cade.
Shit, what do I speak?
I don't think you wrote anything down.
I did not write anything down.
Amazing.
I speak a few languages.
I have I have no bonus to my int though, so I'm just gonna assume just common.
Common, and I think you get common and like one more, but we'll just say it's written in common and something Zidrum reads. And Zidrum, like you point out, like, oh, there's these weird letters in between the other letters. I don't understand it because I'm stupid.
Why does this one look like a portal to hell?
But like within the other letters, Cade points it out. It's written in Celestial,
I
Yeah,
get
totally.
and Reynald points it out, and Zidrum's like, "Oh, let me take a look. I might be able to read it. I'm a smart guy." And Zidrum, you read over it, and it seems kind of like a prophecy.
prophecy, huh?
And it reads, when the two chosen by the gods, one of fire and one of light, the tyrant shall strike against their might. But when all seems lost, fear not the two, for the sun shall rise and bring and heal them anew. I tried to say it slow so you had a chance to type it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Did anybody do that?
I did not.
I didn't.
You guys are the worst.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting to have to
Can we
write
read
it.
it again?
I said it was in Celestial! You know who speaks Celestial?
No.
Celestial.
Gods!
Yeah, the name of God?
I hate you so much. I'm so fucking upset right now.
That's okay.
This had
That's
this
good.
great drop!
Let's go again. We'll write it down this time. Totally.
Right, give me a second.
just gonna
Opening
send
up
it
the
to you.
journal.
I'm just gonna send it to you guys later. You guys are dicks.
I'm sorry. For fuck's sake.
I'm so sad.
If it makes you feel better, you can blame Bale. I wasn't paying attention because she messaged me.
We'll accept no excuses.
Oh.
See, I was expecting you to just scream at Val.
Yeah, I was gonna say I figured you'd be happy to have an excuse to yell at Bale.
No.
He just wants to be
I
mad
feel
at
like I
us.
should yell at you.
No, no, no.
No.
So yeah, prophecy and all that jazz. So Zidrum, you read that, and do you say anything to the other guys?
Well, I would read it out loud in I guess we speak common. Yeah, we speak. I'll speak.
Yeah, you'd be able to translate it to common.
Yeah, I translate it for them so they'd be able to hear what it says.
Hmm. Is there anything else in here that we notice?
No.
Or no? Okay. To the other!
Just another brick in the wall.
Okay, you when you go inside here, it seems to be like a kind of like a family crypt. There's like heads of houses carved into statues, and like you can see multiple crypts line the walls. Or not crypts, multiple sarcophagi line the walls.
This seems shady.
Do I recognize any of the names?
No, it seems to all just be family names. Oh my god.
You are actually blind, Zachary.
I didn't know much better.
You tried to look at something, but it was quite far away, so you sort of put your hand up towards your,
And you do it.
your face to sort of see from afar and blind yourself with your thumb.
Okay, I got your back, Zachary. And Shira.
Together we
it
equal 10.
It doesn't seem out of the ordinary. It seems to be just a general family crypt.
Okay.
You know what I hate? I have what is that, seven ranks in perception? Let's look at a 9. Dumb.
Okay.
Because he rolled a 2, my friend.
No.
And I presume this key doesn't work on any of the other crypts. In
No,
here?
he was just for these 3.
Okay. And then, yeah. So I'm gonna go into this one because I don't know. Well, do I know? Well, yeah. Never mind. Okay. So there isn't anything really out of there besides that prophecy thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the church and return the key and just ask about the prophecy that we were able to discern since shared it in common.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't apparent already, I'd show Cernan all the shit I found in the first crypt.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I'm not gonna.
You said he found some potions, right? In there.
Yes.
Are they
Potions.
identified as anything, or do we have to identify them?
We didn't
You guys,
identify them.
there's multiple magic items you'll all have to identify.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
Can that be just rummaging through them while they're doing that?
I mean, everybody can roll spellcraft checks to identify them.
Okay.
which, by the way, Joe, if I don't know if you care or not, or if you just want to make it a simple house rule, but I actually did Google the scrolls thing, and it is only like specific classes that can learn from scrolls.
Yeah, it should just be any prepared caster.
Yeah, so basically like magus, wizard, alchemist.
Yeah, prepared casters.
I was asking for the.
Well, yeah,
potion.
because
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying earlier. I
Yeah.
guess.
I was,
The way I heard you before, I thought you were basically saying like, oh yeah, any caster should be able to do it. Because I was like, no, I can't learn anything from these. I'm limited. Shira can if it's something on his list.
yeah. But I already have. What were they, like cure light wounds or whatever?
Well, that was one of them.
Oh, okay.
We gotta identify everything that we got.
I was just asking before for the potion specifically because apparently my craft alchemy, at least what you wrote here in the notes, can use to identify potions as if using detect magic.
Yeah, you can to identify potions. You can roll craft alchemy.
So what
That's
was we
part of
rolling?
Spellcraft to identify magic items.
Yeah, I'm gonna identify the potions first. Well, at least try to. 26.
Yeah. So that's 5 potions of cure light wounds and 2 potions of lesser restoration.
Nothing.
It's not a good night for the old Cernan.
Spellcraft. Spellcraft. 11.
So Adric and Reynold, between the two of you guys kind of look over it. There is 10 plus 1 bolts, 5 plus 1 ghost touch bolts, 2 undead bane arrows, or bolts, I'm sorry. And then a scroll of detect undead, 2 scrolls of hide from undead, and a scroll of protection from evil.
Cool.
Can you copy and pasta that?
Yes.
Because it went fast. And I didn't get a chance to type it.
I'm not fixing the formatting, I'm lazy. And there's still the there's also the Darkwood case.
Which has the book.
No, it has the symbol that was on the book on it.
Okay. Can we try to
So
detect that?
you open it up, and within there's a spirit board, 4 iron and glass vials containing tiny churning clouds of vapor. And to the left of those is like 6 empty indentations.
I was trying to see if I could tell what those potions of the swirling were, but I cannot. I know
Anybody else
nothing.
want to try and identify them?
What are we trying to identify? Sorry.
You fuck. We open the case. There's
Yes.
potions with swirling mass and other items.
There's a spirit board, and 4 iron and glass vials containing tiny churning clouds of vapor.
Alchemist?
I mean, I got an 18. Is that enough to identify the stuff?
So the vials are what's called haunt siphons. So
Siphons.
basically, these they're vials that you can use to destroy haunts. So
Mm.
basically, you to capture a haunt's energy with a haunt siphon, you need only twist open the metal casing to open the vial the same round that the haunt manifests, which was a standard action. This can be before or after the haunt is acted. You must be within the haunt's area to influence. When you activate it, it deals 3d6 points of positive energy damage to a single haunt. If it deals enough damage to reduce the haunt points to 0, the mist inside glows green. If it does not, it's still expended and becomes non-magical. A haunt that is neutralized takes a -5 penalty on its caster check to manifest again. A haunt neutralized by a haunt siphon can no longer be used to harm haunts once it neutralizes one, but it can be used as a grenade-like splash weapon that deals 1d6 points of negative energy damage on a direct hit.
So it sounds like we're going back to the church, boys.
Okay, and then the other thing is a spirit planchette.
Planchette.
Yeah, which is it's
Sketty.
kind of like a Ouija board, or however it's pronounced.
Ouija board.
Ouija
Yeah.
board, yeah.
A Waluigi
Like it's
board?
almost exactly the same thing.
Okay.
To use it, you must rest your fingers lightly upon its surface and then concentrate on it as if maintaining a spell for 2d6 rounds while the planchette tunes itself to the ambient sounds of the area. After this time, it begins to slowly slide in random patterns across the board. At this point, questions may be asked of the spirits by any of the individuals involved in it.
Oh yeah. So, yeah.
We
So
need a
it's
Ouija
literally
session.
the same thing.
We can commune with the dead.
Okay.
Oh, and from the other loot that we got, who's taking what?
Don't think I want any of it. So.
I mean, like I'm guessing I'm taking the bolts.
Yeah, you get the bolts, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Well,
don't
there's-
take the bolts, I'm gonna be a little angry.
Yeah.
There's 5 potions of cure light wounds, so we can all take one each and then just pick one person to get the other one.
And there's 4 sun rods, so we can each get one of those.
I'm going to turn down the extra one because I have one that I just crafted myself, so I would already have 2.
I would say maybe the extra one can go to Zachary,
Yeah.
because of like his ragey shit.
For the potions,
Yeah.
I'll take 2 potions. 2 cure light wounds.
I can take the scrolls, I guess, if nobody wants them.
What are they?
Detect undead, hide from dead, and protection from undead, or protection from evil.
Yeah, you can take those.
I would imagine it's stuff that's probably not on your spell list.
Yeah.
It'll be stuff that's on my spell list, but I can't do it yet.
Well, actually, I think detect undead is on mine. I'd have to look, but we can sort that out later afterwards.
And then I guess you can just have the flasks of holy water.
Sure.
You might be able to do some weird alchemist shit with them.
Sure.
I'm gonna drink him and shove him up his butt.
I can maybe keep one to like dump on my sword or something.
I was gonna say the holy man without the holy water. That seems weird.
I mean, I wouldn't need it, but that would be too much right now.
Don't you have a bunch of? Don't you already have a bunch of flasks of holy water too?
No.
I thought we got a bunch of holy water from the
Did
prison. Yeah, and I gave them to you.
Maybe. I don't. If I did, I was an idiot and forgot to write them down again, as usual.
I'll look back in the because I have all the the stream, the Pathfinder streams on YouTube. So
Okay.
I can
Oh
look
god,
at
we're
it.
on YouTube too.
What the
Hell
fuck?
yeah.
Shit, I didn't consent.
So since we're done, I am gonna go back and return the key, but I'm gonna ask about the prophecy that we were able to read.
Okay. You you spout off the prophecy to him, and he's just kind of he's a little confused. He's like, I don't know. This is news to me. You know, we don't really often go into the crypts. It's not something we tend to do. We just keep up the graveyard itself. This is troubling. Does it mean anything to you or anyone in your group?
At this point, it doesn't. We were only able to discern what was said in the message. So we will have to take a look around and figure out. But I thank you for allowing us to go in.
Yes, yes. Thank you for not desecrating it.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just gonna bow and take my leave.
Before, well, no, I doubt I doubt there'd be any way for me to like try to fix the lock that was melted with the acid.
You would have to have like profession locksmith.
All right, never mind then.
So
Because I feel kind of bad just leaving it like that. I know we didn't do it, but
I mean, Al could tell them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd let them know.
well, I'm trying to think because considering Kate just totally took everything. So
Yeah, and you're about to tell them that when you got there that the lock was melted.
Oh, we found nothing in there.
so
Doesn't look like anything to me.
yeah, okay. I will make mention that we did find that one of the locks were splattered with acid, or at least appears to be acid along our way, but it was before we got there. It was already like that. So, but we didn't see any damages to inside of the tomb.
He kind of thinks about it for a second. Troubling, but I, I will have to get that lock replaced. Fast. Thank you for this news.
You're very welcome. Again, thank you for your time and for
Yes,
allowing
and
us to go.
May Pharasma be with you.
And I'm gonna take my leave.
Christ be with
Okay.
you.
There, happy.
All right, I'm gonna have to call it there because I'm really tired.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I know normally I try to leave on like a cliffhanger or something, but I'm
Just saying, suddenly there was a spooky noise, and we're done.
A crash! Rocks have fallen.
And then we started, and then
Someone portals in.
the dog
End
walked
of
by the
session.
window.
I'll try and. This one was a little weak of a session overall, but I'll try
That's
and.
okay. It was still fun.
was
I
fun.
one shot your centipedes. I'm happy.
And I'm okay with sessions like this every now and then where it's more
Yeah.
RP based.
Yeah,
So
there's no problem with that. You don't have to fight and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I just felt like this one was kind of a lame session for everyone.
That's okay.
No, I enjoyed it still.
Look, I always have fun with these.
I enjoyed it too.
Alright.
Not gonna lie, I was convinced that when I walked into that crypt by myself, I was about to die.
I thought about scaling the encounter up to punish you for your transgressions, but I'll let plenty of opportunity
Like, I was already
to
thinking up other character ideas. I'm like, I'm pretty positive Joe's just gonna kill me right here as a fucking just revenge.
I
Like,
was like,
see, I thought about punishing you harshly for going in there by yourself, but then I was like, why do it here when I could just punish the whole party at once in like a further date or something? Like,
It's like,
You
remember that
know?
one time when you, like, pissed me off because you rolled high on something? Yeah, fuck you, everybody dies.
Hey! You remember that one time where Al separated himself from the party, and I nearly killed him? I'm gonna make it worse.
See,
You'll be together, and I'm gonna
See-
kill you.
if that fight had gone on like any longer, like before you like
Yeah, that
one
was
shot the
12
first
seconds.
thing, like before you one shot the first thing, I was already thinking like, if this goes on for more than a few rounds, I'm gonna ask Ilya if I hear any of this and then run inside.
Yeah, that literally went on for like
not done here, babe. I'll just
17
make my
seconds.
sandwich. Well, I already have it made. Oh, well, just cheese and ketchup and mustard then. Ketchup, mustard? Yep.
Just shot into the hole. You're okay in there.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I definitely need to. I enjoyed that, and I need to finish leveling. But
Yeah, you're probably lucky there was no combat.
well, like I was fighting level 2 stuff anyways, and doing fine for the most part. So like,
Yeah, but that's not how CR rating. It's one level above you, fine. It's when I start throwing 3 and 4 levels at you, you're gonna want that level up done.
yeah, I'll have it done.
Oh,
What does Blood Rager even get at level 2?
Ilya, do you mind?
Nothing.
Do you mind sending me a link to like the I think they're called like the thing we're supposed to do, the traits or whatever.
Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, just so I can do
Yeah.
that like before we do the next session, because I keep forgetting.
I just need to
Alright,
make
sure. I
sure.
want you to just look at this list, and I want you to remember, have fun.
I just need to make sure that nothing replaces uncanny dodge because I do get that.
Did you take a... I don't think you took an archetype, did you?
No.
Yeah, then nothing will replace it.
So
Yeah, unless you take an archetype, your base class stuff will always be there.
Yeah, I'm curious. Are we able to? Is an archetype something we need to decide from the get go, or can we choose one later on?
I'm fine with letting you choose one, like, up until a certain level. Like, if you're, like, 10th level and you're like, oh, hey, can I change my archetype? No, fuck you.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm willing to bend with it up to, like, 3rd level, I'd say.
Okay, because I was still trying to decide if I want to just go straight Inquisitor or not. Because there's, like, a lot of fucking archetypes. And then
That's
it's
why I told
Mine's
everybody to
kinda
look this shit up.
Mine's kind of set in stone.
Yeah, Dan already decided this.
yeah, Dan is a vampire Lestat.
No, Dan is an archetype.
Yeah. Otherwise, my summon would be separate from me.
Hey, Cade, you gonna go Vampire Hunter?
You know, I did see there was actually one called Kinslayer that's specifically for Dompier Inquisitors.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's fucking cool. I didn't even see that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
That's
specifically
one of the
for
ones
Dompier
I was
Inquisitors
saying
Kinslayer.
about stuff. Like,
Hey, give me a
there's an
second.
Inquisitor one.
I'm cutting my sound, so give me a second.
Alright, everybody say bye. I'm ending the stream.
Bye bye.
Oh,
Future me.
copyrighted music for you.
No copyright music. Bad.
I don't know why you guys watch this trash. I'm terrible.
Oh, stop.
Tune in next week to see what monsters we one shot next.